My name is Godfrey. I'm the National Director for Everyone for Christ in Mozambique.
Okay, and Revival Movement have been sending you literature. So we have sent you Gospels of John. Have they been useful?
Yeah, Revival Movement has always stand besides us and has promoted the spread of the gospel in the nation of Mozambique through the literature that they have given us. The Gospel of John, for many years, it has been impactful in the churches, in the growth of the churches and the discipleship, because many pastors and believers in Mozambique cannot afford to own a Bible. So the Gospels of John, they have been very useful in growing in their growth in their spirit. And later last year, Revival Movement sent us a container of the New Testament. It boosted what the Gospel of John has been doing for many years, and we are grateful with the impact that we are seeing in the nation of Mozambique.
So you find the New Testaments were also useful?
The New Testaments are like gold. Every church is calling and asking about the New Testament. Many people from across the nation of Mozambique heard about the New Testaments, and they are going out as fast as possible. Churches are requesting them, leaders are requesting them, and even other ministries who are doing various activities in Mozambique are coming to Everyone for Christ to ask for the New Testament and many other gospel tracts from Revival Movement Association.
When you mentioned the Gospel tracts, how effective are they?
They are very effective, and the Revival Movement gospel tracts are very colorful and very attractive, and many pastors find them very easy to use, and they attract attention from the people, and people love them because of their being very colorful and having messages that are direct and specific and easy to understand. So they are very easy to use, and they are very much available, and many pastors are always asking for the Gospels of John and other gospel literature from Everyone for Christ National Office.
So, have you any testimonies that you can share as to people coming to faith?
Yes, a lot of a lot of them, and one of the my best testimonies this year is of a lady who was not willing to receive the evangelists who were going home to home in her neighborhood, but they gave her a gift of a Gospel of John and a New Testament Bible. Then later on, she had time to read on her own, and the Holy Spirit touched her heart by reading the New Testament on her own. And she called them to say, can you come back to my home and talk to me more about Jesus? And that's how she got saved. So it's very interesting when we see a lot of testimonies coming in, a lot of people giving their lives to Christ because of the literature that is being distributed in every home and also in public places and public gatherings as well.
That's great. So, we also sent you some children's Bible lessons, Creation to Christ.
Yes,
Have those been useful?
they are very useful, and many pastors across the country are calling them, and we are on our way of building a network where we are going to be training Sunday school teachers that will be helping in teaching the children about those gospel lessons from the children's teachings. So what we are going to do now is, because of the demand of the materials for the children, we are receiving a lot of calls, especially the ones that were coming in the plastic, that are the children's lessons. Pastors are requesting them a lot, and what we are now doing is we are developing a curriculum that will train the Sunday school teachers that will help in teach the kids uh, through those lessons that we receive from Revival Movement.
That's great. So, how many workers, how big is Every Home for Christ in Mozambique?
At the moment, we are currently operating in 6 provinces, but we are expecting to expand in the next coming year. We are receiving other calls from other ministries that want to partner with us and establish centers where we will be sending literature to those areas so that the churches and other believers in that area can access gospel literature close to them in their provinces. So we are believing God that by next year we'll be able to expand the ministry of Everyone for Christ into every province in the nation of Mozambique, including the northern province where there is a political crisis at the moment because of the Islamic insurgents. But we believe that by the end of next year we'll be able to be visible in all the provinces.
So, what languages do you need literature in?
Portuguese mainly, Shona if available, Chichewa, which is used in the Tete province. Because we managed to establish work in Tete province, we need this Chichewa literature as well, and many other available or local languages if there are there, local Mozambican languages.
So, are you needing more literature soon?
We are always in need of literature because we are serving many provinces. So we really require literature from Revival Movement at the moment. We are kindly requesting to us, we are kindly requesting that you prioritize the nation of Mozambique and send the container as soon as yesterday.
Last year, you told us about flying into certain areas in a helicopter through another ministry. Is that still happening?
Yes. What happens is we have this partnership with a ministry called Mercy Air. They give us a schedule for the year that we can have the heli in these months of the year. They release a calendar, so we'll be having the dates that we want to use the heli in those days. So we plan our work ahead. Then we'll be telling them that on this date we'll be going to this area, and this date we'll be going to this area. And the good thing about it is we can be able to fly volunteers into that area, and at the same time we can be able to carry much gospel literature into the area. And sometimes we use the nets. They lift the airlift the gospel material with a net which will be able to carry around 600 kgs of gospel literature at a time. So it is helping us to reach very remote villages where we cannot reach by road.
All right, and that's by helicopter.
Yes, we reach by helicopter, yes.
All right, amazing. Um, so, is the church in Mozambique growing?
Brother Samuel, recently I was driving to the office and there was a program on the radio where they were discussing about things that were happening in the neighborhoods around Beira. And one of the caller was complaining about the number of churches that are growing in their neighborhoods. And they were saying every Sunday we are now having a lot of noise, a lot of churches are now there. Can government do something to stop these churches from spreading? And they were seeing it as a problem, and I was seeing it as a great success. And the hosts on the radio was also complaining. We have to do something about these churches that are growing everywhere. It's now out of hand. So to me, it was a great news to hear that everywhere the church is growing. And it is not only on the radio that we see that happening. We are seeing it by our own eyes. We are seeing even some Christ groups. What we call Christ groups are these small cell groups that we start in areas where there are no churches. We are seeing them growing and maturing into churches. So we are seeing a lot of churches being planted in the nation of Mozambique through the use of the literature we get from Revival Movement Association.
Would you like to say anything to the supporters of Revival Movement?
What I would want to say is we cannot thank you enough, but we only say, may the Lord bless you in everything that you touch. May the Lord bless and protect even your households in everything that they do, because the work that you are doing in bringing the gospel into our nation cannot be described by words. We can only say, may God bless you, because you are doing a great work in bringing people out of the jaws of hell and bringing them into the to be candidates of heaven. So you are doing a very fantastic job in supporting Revival Movement Association. And you remember, every time that you support Revival Movement Association, you are reaching a person in a very remote village, telling them the good news about Jesus Christ. And many of them are hearing about Jesus Christ for the first time. And many of them cannot afford to get any gospel literature for free. And only Revival Movement is making it happen. So continue to support Revival Movement, and may the Lord bless you in everything that you do.
Okay, thank you very much, Godfrey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Samuel.